Can I observe myself through relationship? Can I know myself fundamentally, basically, all the reactions, all the nuances, the subtleties of myself in relationship? Now, one's relationship with another is based on memory. Right? Would you accept it? On the various images, pictures, conclusions I have drawn about you and you have drawn about me. The various images that I have about you, wife, husband, girl or boy or friend and so on. So there is always image making. Right? This is simple, this is normal, this is actually goes on. When one is married or lives with a girl or a boy, every incident, every word, every action creates an image. No? Are we clear on this point? Don't agree with me, please. I'm not trying to persuade you to anything. But actually you can see it for yourself. A word is registered. If it is pleasant, you purr. It's nice. If it is unpleasant, you immediately shrink from it. And that creates an image. The pleasure creates an image. The shrinking, the withdrawal creates an image. So our actual relationship with each other is based on various subtle forms of pictures, images, and conclusions. So when there is an image like that, she has and you have, then in there is division. And then the whole conflict begins. Right? Where there is division between two images, there must be conflict. Right? The Jew and the Arab, the Hindu, the Muslim, the Christian, the communist, is the same phenomenon. It's a basic law that where there is division between people, there must be conflict. Can all this image-making tradition deserve all that end without a single conflict? You understand my question? Are you interested in this? What will you pay for it? That's all you can do. By paying something you think you'll get it. Now how can this mechanism of image making, not just image making, the desire for certainty, the tradition, the whole structure of that, can that end? Right? Are you asking that question? Who is there to tell you what to do? See, when we are children, the parents tell you what to do. That same mentality is cultivated right through life. In school, you are told what to do. In college, you are told what to do. In university, right through life, somebody tells you, this is right, this is wrong, this should be done, that should not be done. Which means what? There is no self-investigation. There is no saying, I am really the rest of mankind, but you are. Because every human being right through the world goes through a great deal of suffering, great deal of pain, great deal of anxiety, uncertain, confused, insecure, like you, like the rest of the world. We don't accept that. We think my suffering is totally separate from other people's suffering. And so, we have this mentality that I must have somebody to tell me what to do. Right from the Pope down to the poor parish priest. Really one should ask a question, why human beings, though they have extraordinary knowledge, and yet nobody is willing to change? Why? Is it that they find security in the habit, in the pattern? Your pattern, my pattern, the Christian pattern, the Hindu pattern, the Buddhist. They're all patterns, a way of thinking. So, patterns may be dangerous altogether because they divide people. And religions have divided people. Their rituals, their beliefs, their faith, their saviors. Now, to break away from all that requires intelligence, requires investigation, study. Nobody is willing to do that. Psychologically, why should I accept what somebody else says? When I realize that I am the rest of mankind, mankind is me. The me is the history of mankind, the book of mankind. If I know how to read it, I don't depend on anybody. So, can I, without distortion, without prejudice, without choice, be aware of the content of this book, which is me? To read it very carefully, never distorting it, requires a great deal of attention, great deal of energy, intensity, immediacy. And we are not willing to do all that because we think that's too tiresome. Tell me quickly what to do and I will do it, or I may not do it. Generally, I may not do it. And I personally think that this psychological guidance by another, whether it is the religious guidance or the the guidance of the psychologists, is totally wrong as far as because then you're making humanity into children who have to be guided, told, encouraged. We are grown-up human beings after 5 or 10 million years.